10 years old, you become pen pals with the dog father. And now here you are, 20 years into working at this institution and now the head of the athletics department. How's the year and a half been since you took over?
It's still surreal. I mean, there's times where I'm walking around on game day where I'm like, oh wait, am I actually the athletic director here? Like, is this really happening? So obviously it's been an incredible journey getting to this point, being able to work with so many amazing people and to be able to fulfill a childhood dream. You know, so few people can be able to do that. So it's been everything I'd hoped it could be. It's really challenging to work in leadership, but to be able to do it at a place that you've loved your whole life is pretty special.
Curious for your student athletes, how do you communicate with them? How to make sure they're enjoying the experience and being around the passion versus just the hard work and the old school definition of grit that sometimes can be associated with coming to work and having to be a student athlete with the demands that task has?
I think it's a great question. I think it goes back to the leadership of the coaches that they have around them and the way we approach our work here in the department. A great example of this is our women's rowing team. Yas Froke's done an amazing job here, and in her first year, these women had gone through 3 coaches in 3 years. They had gone through a lot of adversity, right? And they could decide, they could be negative about it or they're going to be positive about it. And the women say they made a choice, and their choice was that they were going to start to own their pain. Their pain became their gain, and they started talking about embracing the suck. And that's what they called being on the water, was embracing the suck. So we actually have, you walk by people's offices here, there'll be Post-its and they'll just say embrace the suck. So if something doesn't go well, we're like, yeah, this is awesome, let's embrace the suck. So all this stuff's just mindset, right? And if we all behave that way, then that takes some of the pressure off our student athletes feeling that, and we really try to protect that with them. The noise on the outside is so negative for our student athletes and just for all of us, you know, that are in leadership positions. And we need to be disciplined in our approach of turning that off and showing them that they just got to go for it every day.
So we're here on campus this weekend to celebrate a lot, and the culmination is the football game. And I've always been enamored with Chris Peterson, your head coach, and how I define him is old school values and discipline, new school communication. What do you see from him, how he's taken this program to the heights of what the passionate dog fans expect and are now getting to see year in and year out?
You and I share an admiration for this man, right? I mean, he's the best leader that I've ever been around, and we always talk about similar, like old school values, but in high definition is kind of the way we describe what he's trying to do. But this is the most humble leader that we could have ever asked for. So I think first and foremost, he recognizes that he's here to serve, that he's here to work on behalf of other people, on behalf of our students first and foremost, but this entire university. Why does he run out of the tunnel last? Because it's not about him. You know, it's never about him. It's about helping other people get better. And so he's this rare combination of a fantastic coach, right? He's a great developer of people. He's a great teacher. He knows the game. But he really cares more about what these guys are going to do after football and life after college than any football leader that I've ever been around. So he's a special guy, and the key to this whole thing is that fits us. At Washington, our fans want that. They want kids to do well in school. They want kids to graduate and go on and do good things. They want integrity. They want leadership. They want class and character. And so he gets to be himself here, and we get to take the best of the university and the best of his leadership and get really, really great Husky football. That's why I think he's so successful.
One of the best parts of our job at the Pac-12 Networks is talking to students, student athletes, and former students and student athletes. And preparing for this, a lot of them, female specifically, wanted me to ask you the question around not just being a female leader of an organization, but have you ever felt someone put limitations on you as a female leader? And if you've had to deal with that, how have you dealt with that?
Yeah, so this whole female thing's been a real learning curve for me because my entire career I never really thought about my gender because I was such an average kid to begin with. I already had a chip on my shoulder. I already had a chip on my shoulder for a lot of other reasons. But in all seriousness, since I've been put in this position and I recognize there's not a lot of women in it, so I have to understand it and I really have to be a role model for other women. So absolutely, you know, people put limitations on me, and some of it for my gender, some not for my gender. I mean, my biggest challenge has always been that I've had a lot of people tell me I'm too passionate. I get that feedback a lot, and there's certainly, if you watch me on the sidelines, that's probably true. And there's probably a box that ADs are supposed to work within, and I'm just not a box type of person. And so, but I do think women are told that, And men aren't told that. You know, my passion, my heart, my emotions, the way I love these kids in this place, that's the secret. You know, loving people and loving with, through leadership is not a weakness, it's a strength. You can make tough decisions, accountability, all those things happen with love. And so I've had to overcome that. And I think most important, I've had to be okay with myself and leading authentically and recognizing that some people aren't going to get that or I'm going to be judged by that. It doesn't matter. That's that noise. That's the same thing we're telling the kids. Who cares about what's out there? Focus on yourself, focus on your team, focus on the process, and the outcomes will come.